to alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
You're listening to 3 Guys in a 12-Pack.
Why do you drink ice-cold beer?
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
With your host, Dean Daniel.
I want you to give me fresh beer. You serious?
Michael Bradshaw.
I'm gonna go build my own theme park with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the park.
And
Now let's get Joe Beer nipping in my liver, huh?
Tony Goldtrap.
You're a pimple on society's ass and you'll never amount to anything.
All right, welcome to another episode of 3 Guys in a 12-Pack. I'm your host, Tony Goldtrap. We got Dean Danley here.
What's up?
And King of the Forest.
How y'all are?
And we didn't have an episode last week because the flu is a bitch.
No, just the person that had it. You softballed that one in there, man.
Yeah.
Did kind of just leave it out there.
Them softball pitchers, the girls softball, man, they could pitch it.
Is there any other kind of softball?
Joe played men's softball.
No one has ever played men's softball.
Touche.
I think they call that mixed gender softball.
What's that, Bruce Jenner softball?
Yeah.
Transgender softball.
There are people who feel that they're calling themselves trans-abled because they feel like they have body parts that they shouldn't have, so they maim themselves. Like this one guy figured out the best way to cut his arm off at the elbow so that it couldn't be reattached. And he studied first aid, so he knew how to make sure he didn't bleed to death before the paramedics got there. And then he cut his arm off at the elbow because he felt that wasn't a part of his body.
Well, if he cut it off, it wasn't a part of his body
anymore.
No,
but you know, there's these people that say, well, I'm a man, but I'm really a woman trapped in a man's body. Well, apparently this guy was a one-armed guy trapped in a two-armed guy's body.
He did the homework so that he could make sure he cut it off at a point where they wouldn't be able to save it. So he really wanted to be one-armed.
Yeah, there's people that have done some jacked up shit to themselves to be disabled.
I saw this person, and I say person because I don't know. So I'll say person that had a Facebook rant that was blaming society for the labeling of male and female, and you are who you feel you are, and this whole rant that it's society's fault, and it's just thousands of years and years of labeling. Animals have to look at us and be like, those have got to be some stupid motherfuckers.
They looked at us like that a long time ago. You are who you feel you are. Put your hand in your pants and feel. Do you feel a penis? You're a man.
Kind of only goes one way. It doesn't just because you feel a certain way on the inside doesn't make you a different gender. You just feel feminine or whatever.
I think the biggest problem with it is the stigma on homosexuality, and mainly because of religion. They say that homosexuality is wrong, so you have all these people that have had repressed homosexuality for thousands of years because Jesus hates you, and the baby Jesus will cry if you're a dude that sucks dick. And so that's where this shit is coming from, is they don't want to be labeled as a homosexual because the rich history of stigma at anywhere but pretty much Japan. And maybe a couple of other countries, homosexuality has just been like, you're going to burn in hell for the rest of your afterlife. So they don't want to. They don't want to be homosexuals. They want to be. They want the stump split and sewed up there, and they want to be a chick. So.
Again, you're getting into the religion conversation, though.
Yeah.
So we probably shouldn't go there.
I mean, it's all about feelings. Now, feelings are more put out in the forefront and more important than anything else now.
Yep.
Well, and the country ran great where if you were a man and you had feelings and you felt you needed to cry, then you went home and you went in a closet away from everybody else so that nobody has to be uncomfortable with your shit, and you got it out of your system and you didn't talk about it. And things ran pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
Now we have boo-hoo, you don't like my man bun, I gotta go in my safe space and get a cupcake. What, you know?
I'm still gonna wear my man bun. Still. Just so you know.
I wear my man bun
that's
every
fine.
day. It's called my ass.
You know,
I'm just saying, if you decided to pick on it, it's okay.
No, I didn't even realize you had a man bun. So if you're comfortable with it, you
Yeah.
know, then
It doesn't affect how I earn money to pay for things. So
I used to have a
care
braid down to my waist.
So you had a man bun at some point in time.
No, I never wore it as a man bun.
Oh, dude, it's so comfortable.
Oh,
I saw a thing on Facebook.
You
too,
want?
to
I
bring
think I
it.
got some pumpkin spice there in the fridge if you want some.
I'm just saying, you don't notice how not heavy your hair is when it's up. I'm just saying. You had long hair.
Yeah.
You
And
got headaches from that shit.
wore it
sometimes.
in a braid all the time.
How often did you have to brush it?
Every
liked
day
your hair.
before Robin braided it.
My point exactly. That shit gets heavy.
Yeah.
You want it up. You
No,
know, you
never-
like it because it looks good.
Never put it up.
They showed a picture of a couple famous people with a man bun, and then the last picture was a garbage bag tied up.
You know that buns were named after their resemblance to buttocks and not the other way around.
I mean,
So the little bread things were named because they look like butts made of baked dough.
it's
I
just
like
comfortable.
big butts,
Look.
and I cannot lie.
It's just comfortable.
All right, dude, you don't have to prove. I wear
I'm just
shoes
trying to
made
explain
of
it.
rope, so you know.
Yeah, so you totally understand comfort.
And
Yeah.
sometimes I wear socks when it's cold outside with them, and you know what? Fuck everybody.
I wear shoes that are imported that are made from 4-year-olds, and we have grown adults over here complaining that they can't get a job.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're born in a sweatshop and you grow up in a sweatshop, you'll figure out how to do sweatshop work real quick.
As long as we all work for Hillary, right?
Does that make you sweaty?
Honestly, some of those people never leave those places. They live their entire life, but like behind a sewing machine in some factory in
That is a shitty life.
commie town.
That is
Yeah.
a really shitty life. I couldn't even complain about not eating this morning or something. Are you kidding me? There's nothing
Yeah.
to even compare that. What?
Well, there's always somebody who's got it worse than you.
Well, yeah, but then there's always somebody that's got it better than you, too.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it's funny how life does that because Papa used to say all the time, "A fair is someplace you go to ride rides and eat corn dogs."
Yeah.
There's no such thing as fair in life.
Yeah.
Stop whining about that.
Sure, I'll take one.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Yes,
I mean, that's
sir.
just what this show's all about.
3 guys and several 12 packs.
There's one left in here, so that's
All right, I'll drink a light beer. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
same thing as
A light beer? What do you mean?
Let's all hear that. Well, that's what this is. That's why.
No, it's Yingling.
Oh.
It's just in a can.
It's regular.
What isn't it usually dark can? Or I don't know. I use.
The bottles
Oh,
are
that
dark
sweet sound.
because, you know,
It's just canned beer. It's the same thing, though. I mean,
I usually don't drink canned beer.
beer,
Nothing
in a
against
can.
it.
yeah. Still looking for a beer sponsor. I feel like I've missed it for about a month. I had to get it in there.
Oh yeah, sponsor.
Oh yeah, I sent them an email to Yingling's marketing department, and I imagine they get.
Did you really?
Yeah, yeah. I found out their marketing director's email and
Slap hands, slap hands.
Seriously,
yeah.
that's initiative right there. He went out.
Yeah.
I go on Twitter and post links to the podcasts on like famous people's Twitter pages. Some people have reacted to it, some don't say anything. But I know that Beyonce secretly listens to us. She just doesn't want her public to know. and
We thank you for your contributions.
anytime you
Beyonce.
want to take me to Red Lobster, Beyonce, I'm good with that. So.
Said King of the Forest.
Red Lobster's good too. I like their little. They have like a steam bowl thing or whatever where they have like mussels and lobster. Is it no? They have mussels and I don't know, shrimp and all kinds of just
Scallops.
seafood in there. Yeah, and
Crab's
it's yummy.
legs. Yeah, I get the cat.
No, not the crab legs.
I get
Crab
that-
legs are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't think your return on investment is that great.
Exactly.
Have you guys at that? Have you guys ate at that fresh seafood place over there off of Valrico and what's that little side road that you take where you can go behind Home Depot and all that in Brandon?
Hold on. Oh, you're talking about Fat Willie's.
No. Between
He's
the Home
talking
Depot
about
and
Fat
60s.
Willie's.
It's a fresh seafood. They're only open certain days.
Yeah, it's a yellow building. It's called Willie's now. We were just talking about that today.
No, Fat Willie's is by the post office.
It's over by the Eagles Club on.
Oh yeah, then that's
he's
Fat
talking
Willie's.
about
Yeah, that's
Fat
Fat
Willie's.
Willie's. Well, he said Home Depot.
I drive by there
It's
every
behind the Home Depot on
2
60s.
weeks. Yeah, it kind of.
That's totally like.
He said the
But
road.
okay. It's
He
by
said
Mount Carmel.
on the road behind the Home Depot.
And that's the road
originally,
behind it.
and that is the road.
I
behind
just
it.
remember going down MLK and making a right.
Okay, look, if you come up, and
On the
I'll do
post
it this way.
office,
Let's say you come up Parsons to Windhurst,
Mm-hmm.
and you hang a left,
Mhm.
and then you go down to whatever that road is that Windhurst dead ends into.
Stephen Valrico.
Yeah, and you hang a right.
Yeah.
And you keep going down that road.
Yeah.
You'll come past the four-way.
Mount Carmel is that 4-way stop, and if you make a right,
Yeah.
that's Home Depot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you keep going through that, Fat Willie's would be on your
On
left.
your left.
Okay.
Just to give
Yeah.
you a point of reference.
Yeah.
And if you don't get there at 4:30,
Oh yeah.
You will wait.
oh lordy, will you wait? But you know
But
what?
it's worth the wait. Them onion rings were the shit.
Dude,
but you don't-
God,
you don't-
homemade
once.
onion
You know,
rings.
you know what's crazy though is even though they're a seafood place, they
Mm-hmm.
have an oak fire grill that they do their steaks on.
Because
And
I used to get a T-bone all the time.
Their steaks are ridiculously
I've
good.
never had their
they
steaks.
don't
Their
season
steaks are
them
the
with
shit.
anything but the wood that they cook them over.
Oh.
And it is the most awesome steak you will ever put in your mouth. Yeah.
I don't know. I got a
No.
tube steak that you guys might.
Well, I
like
mean,
too,
unless
so-
I make one here out on the grill.
I mean, their steaks were good, but still, like, Burnt Steakhouse was worth the money.
Never been there. I just don't. If I want to eat that big of a steak, I'm gonna go down to the meat market and have them cut me one, and I'm gonna do it over my own oak fire out here.
You could do that, but it's just the whole experience.
Yeah.
It's the whole experience.
It's an experience that you're
going to
paying for
Burns.
anyway.
Yeah.
I don't like going
Which
to
is a-
restaurants
a
because
good-
they're too people-y. There's just too many people in them.
But they're so.
This
It's
place
something
isn't
like
that
that.
bad, though. I mean, you're
gotta
you're
be
kinda-
individualized.
You're snug in your own little corner. Excuse me.
Yeah, but you're talking what? You're not getting out of there under $100.
No, but you probably have 6 people waiting on you at all times.
No, you have 1 to 2 people, but he's your waiter.
Do they have a sommelier?
A what?
The guy who comes out and tells you what kind of wine.
Oh, the waiter knows all this.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Yeah, they train their waiters.
Yeah.
like
Their
they have to go to
waiters
school
make
for it.
75 grand a year, but they intern basically for 2 years. They work on the farm for 1 year. Okay.
Alright.
And then they come and they work every position in the kitchen for the next year. And then
Nice.
after that, they're in training to be a waiter for another year. And then after that, it takes about 5 years, I think, what is it, a silver tie or something like that? And they run you through a 20-question quiz. But the 20-question quiz, like the first question is, name me, 10 wines that are blah, 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 blah.
Good with your mom's
So-
pussy.
Yeah, exactly. So the
Yeah,
first
good
first
example.
question can have 20 answers to it.
Sweet. Yeah, that sounds like. And if anybody knows of a sushi place here in the Tampa area where they do that kind of stuff, like they used to do traditionally, where you for like the first 2 years all you do is make rice till you learn how to make the rice right, and
Yeah.
then you get to move to the next thing. Yeah, let me know in the comments because I would love to go eat at some place like that.
I mean, not
Yeah.
to like knock or downgrade, but there's a good number of people that make sushi at public supermarkets, and they learned in like Korea and Japan before they came over here to do sushi. So they were trained in that way.
Well,
where they had
sadly,
to
that's
make
where
rice
I-
for like a year to 2 years, and then they got to learn how to cut sushi. I met one guy, and unfortunately, he's dead now. He ended up dying of cancer, I believe it was.
You sure
which
it
was a
wasn't
shame.
Hillary?
No, he was a cool guy, and his wife and his brother-in-law ended up because his wife worked too at other stores, but they ended up kind of like taking over or whatever, and he he could cut blowfish. Because I asked him one
You
day,
have
I
to
was
have
like,
a
can
special
you
qualification
Can
to
you
do
cut?
that.
Can you cut up
That's just
blowfish?
dangerous.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, I don't now. He's like, I learned and I got the certification, but since I've been over here doing just this for so long, he's like, I can't cut blowfish up anymore. But it takes 7 years. 7 years to be able to cut up blowfish and serve it.
Yeah, the not the samurai, but the ninjas used to. They would put that on the edge of their arrow tips and some of their knives because it was a neurotoxin to mess you up. I eat a lot of sushi from the Kingsway Publix up there.
I don't eat sushi.
Yeah,
I've never
Well,
actually
I
been
love
able to
sushi.
eat sushi.
I get. Well, here's the thing about sushi though: is most sushi is cooked fish. Sashimi, which is the ones that are served on little squares of rice with the one wrap of seaweed around whatever hunk of meat is on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are typically raw pieces.
Typically.
So if you get like surimi, which is imitation crab meat, it's already cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go get the spicy surimi or whatever, then everything in there is cooked. There's
And most of that's shrimp.
So I would probably eat that.
White
like I've
fish,
never
actually.
eaten that, but as far as like sushi goes, I stay away from sushi because I'm not big into seafood to begin with. But there are certain things cooked certain ways that I do like. You know, I can eat catfish if it's fried. I like
Well,
fried
I don't
catfish.
think anyone can eat catfish any other way but fried. I don't think.
Smeagol would eat it raw.
And wriggling.
Well, I also like mahi mahi.
Dolphin fish, yes. Oh,
Mahi mahi is delicious. But
Did you
grilled,
have the mahi mahi at Fat Willie's?
I got
Willie's?
it from Publix. I just cooked it myself.
You should get the dolphin fingers,
lemon pepper
from Fat Willie's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, yeah, they're fried mahi mahi. They dip it in a batter and they fry it, so
Mm-hmm.
it's in a long
tender.
Tender,
They call
basically.
it fingers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can eat seared tuna or like sushi tuna, and I've thought about trying to do tuna steaks. If I seared them or
I
whatever.
can eat tuna, but I can't eat
I
tuna
can't
out of
eat
can.
canned. Exactly.
No.
Thank
that is
you.
the most
It's
disgusting,
nasty.
and that is the only thing my wife will eat.
And you know
that
it's
is
probably
fish.
because we both worked at Subway. And we had to make that nasty fucking tuna.
But you know what? I will F up some seafood and crab from Subway.
Really?
Yeah, because that's the same thing that's in the sushi. It's the surimi.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's
imitation
imitation
crab.
crab
Yeah,
mixed with mayonnaise.
It's good.
So-
I mean,
I could
call it
never bring
Neptune at
myself to
Publix.
eat that. Yeah,
The-
Neptune salad. They don't make that anymore.
what?
What,
Yeah.
Publix?
Yeah, they don't.
I
They
haven't
don't do
seen
the
that in a
Neptune
long
salad
time, yeah.
anymore. Nope, it's
I
gone.
haven't
It's
been there
been
in
gone
years either.
for
Thank
like
you,
2-3 years because they started making fresher stuff in seafood department.
Well,
So they were
because
sending them over
Neptune
there.
salads, not all the old people that still ate that died off now, and now
It was
sushi's
imitation
like the
crab.
thing. Yeah,
So
I do stuffed mushrooms with imitation crab. It's pretty good.
I like stuffed mushrooms.
I do stuffed mushrooms with fresh crap. You know, I go to the bathroom and make some fresh crap, stuff it in my mushrooms,
Yeah, I like it when you do that.
sprinkle some melted butter and
That
breadcrumbs on it.
That just
God,
took
you're
like a
talking my
hard
language.
left turn right there.
Speaking of mushrooms and stuff, there's a new show coming out on VH1.
Damn,
with,
you're facing the wall tonight.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
Anywho,
New show on VH1 of
Snoop Dogg and Martha
Martha Stewart. Yeah, potluck.
Yeah, she's like shaving these mushroom truffles over something or pizza or whatever, and he's like, "These mushrooms think they do. If these mushrooms do what I think they should do, then yeah, I'm all about truffles."
Putting a steak in the pan. If it ain't got that sizzle, then it ain't the shizzle. You know what I'm talking about?
I need you to grade that nutmeg. You want me to grade these nuts? I'm
On
gonna
the quiet
grade
storm.
these nuts. Whoever put us all together, man, they was crazy.
But he's not Snoop Dogg now. He's Snoop Lion.
No, he went back to Snoop Dogg.
Oh, he went back to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he did Snoop Lion for a minute when he was trying to do reggae and realized that wasn't gonna fucking work. So let's go back to what paid the bills.
Well, I think he's still of that religion, Rastafa or whatever.
You're the one where you get to smoke weed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke
Obviously.
weed every day.
Well, I mean, it's from what they say, it's like Rastafa's it's a Buddhist religion.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's just a branch off of it. It's just a lot more free, and then it is centric to marijuana.
I shot the sheriff.
But I didn't shoot the deputy.
No, no. Anyway, so people are upset because the UN chose Wonder Woman to represent, like, female empowerment, and like the feminists went completely apeshit.
Because she looks like Barbie.
Well, yeah, they're upset about her outfit.
Yeah,
Basically
absolutely.
dresses like a hooker, and
So
you're not going to make this party happy right now.
No.
You're not.
So she should be dressed in a pantsuit because she's equal to a man.
So they just used
So
a
we're
figurehead.
feminists. We should dress like men to prove that we're just as good. Isn't that kind of
That's sexy, though.
counterproductive?
That's what we all want to look at.
My-
Why-
my-
what's the
No, I don't
problem?
want to look at Hillary Clinton.
my thing
Not
about
Hillary
this
Clinton.
is that, you know, Wonder Woman was originally created back in, I think, the 40s or something as a symbol of female empowerment, and she could hang with all the male superheroes. For the longest time, Wonder Woman was the only female superhero, and she could go toe to toe with Superman. And the people that they, you know, who do you want to represent female empowerment? Hillary Clinton, Janet Reno.
Hillary
I want the
Clinton's
chick off
already
of the World
decided.
War II posters with the red bandana and the blue shirt. She's rolled up her sleeves.
Rosie the Riveter.
And she's all...
That would be Rosie the Riveter.
Well, Hillary Clinton is a running joke anyway, and as politicians, because her man cheated on her and continues to cheat on her, and guess what? They're still married.
She could barely get into a van. How can she be a running joke?
My point exactly. She's just a joke. So, as far as politicians, she's taken through the ringer. I mean, think about it.
But
she's a woman in politics, and her husband is doing this to her.
I mean,
and
probably
then-
one of the most famous names for woman empowerment, I believe, would be, which I don't remember her name. But she
Eleanor
was,
Roosevelt.
well, okay, that would be one of them too. But I was going to
Susan
say,
B. Anthony?
no,
What about the blind and deaf one?
Helen Keller.
Yeah.
No, I ain't talking about her.
Wow.
The Prime Minister for England.
Oh, Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah, Margaret Thatcher
Yeah.
would probably be a good symbol. I mean, we could say the Queen of England, but what really does she do now?
Drives through the park every Sunday on her way to church.
Ellen.
Ellen.
Ellen?
Ellen
If I want
DeGeneres?
to dance.
Well, here's my problem with that though. It's like,
puppies and cute things.
you know, then why don't you just throw Oprah out there too?
Oh, God.
Nope, not going to do it.
I mean, yeah,
That makes me racist now, I guess.
yeah.
Well, I mean, she's all about money and power.
My thing about it is though is, you know,
I'll give Rosa Parks her props. I mean, shit. If we want to talk about, like... let's talk about chivalry for a minute.
Yeah.
Which is allegedly dead or whatever, but still,
so
I
is
believe...
cleavage, but
you know,
I don't believe that
you
for a
should.
second.
Yeah, I heard about that too, which is crap. But, you know... Hey,
Nothing
man,
wrong with looking at a little bit titty.
You know...
Well, supposedly women aren't showing them. Anyway, go ahead.
We could talk about, you know, equal rights and all this, and, you know, but still, you open the door for a woman, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a polite thing to
if
do. I mean,
if I'm sitting in a seat in a public place and I see like an elderly couple, or even if I see, you know, if I see a woman about my age or older, I'm not necessarily getting up. I mean, fuck you, you're older, you're younger than me. You can
equal
stand.
rights.
Yeah.
You have the
But-
equal right to stand.
But if I see an older woman, you know, I'll get up and give my seat to her.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, that's respect for the elderly.
Elders, yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, here's the thing about it, though, is that they're confusing us treating them like they're less than men with what was originally, for the longest time, mating ritual. If you liked a chick, you held the door for her. You opened the car door for her. You took her out to dinner. You bought her flowers. You know, because we
You
don't
wooed
have...
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it was part of the mating process. We don't have dances that we do and feathers that we shake. You know, you don't...
Technically, we do.
Yeah, but you could build a house and go,
We're
hey...
not peacocks.
Yeah.
No, but what we do in the bedroom and what we use.
Yeah, but to get
I mean,
to the bedroom...
that's-
a
Yeah,
feather
exactly.
is just a symbol.
We're talking about how you get to the bedroom, not what you do in the bedroom. We're all
Okay.
adults here. We know what happens there.
Yeah.
You
obviously.
masturbate with a bottle of lotion and a box of tissues.
If you got to, I guess.
No, I was talking about you specifically.
I've got too many kids for that to be true. Sorry.
But so that's how you would woo a woman.
Why I pay so much in taxes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your contribution.
At least I get to see the family that gets my money.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I make his kids watch my kids, and that way my taxes work for me.
Yep. That's the way it works too.
bam. But I mean, that's how you treat a woman. Why would you complain about that? I mean, okay, fine. I get my own plate at dinner. I don't expect my woman to make my dinner plate every night. I don't expect my woman to cook every night. You know, she's coming home later than me. And a lot of times I cook because I like to cook. You know, but I guarantee you, if there's a 300-pound log in the driveway and she needs it moved, I love my wife, but she's 135 pounds.
Yeah.
She's not moving that log. It has nothing to do with equality. It has to do with physiology.
Yeah, at that point.
You know, so
there are things physically that are different.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to come out and say that she couldn't move that log. She could figure out a way to move that log.
She could build something maybe that could move that
just
log.
drag it with the car, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is you can't say, well, women should be allowed to have the same jobs as men. Okay, if you can go through the fire academy and you can carry my fat ass out of the building over your shoulder, I don't care what's swinging or not swinging between your legs.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't get the job just because you have a vagina.
No.
You
shouldn't get the job if you're not qualified, first of all.
Thank you, because honestly, you shouldn't get the job.
Because there are qualifications.
Yeah, and they're lowering the qualifications in some fire departments because minorities can't pass the qualifications for whatever reason. So they're lowering the qualifications because they have to, you can't.
So genetics fucked you. My bad.
So we're back to feelings. So I should sue the NFL because I was.
You weren't tall enough,
short,
motherfucker.
Exactly. So I want to be able to play in the NFL. So they should make a special exception for my size.
Oh, absolutely.
And let me in. And they shouldn't hit me as hard either.
Well, are they still allowed to hit in the NFL? I thought they went to just playing flag.
They're getting
football.
close, though.
They're getting close.
They're getting close.
They're going to start putting. You know how swimmers, they have that little button they have to push in the Olympics or the World Swimming events. They're going to put sensors on a quarterback's pads. So that way you can't sack him. You just I tapped it. Like laser tag or whatever.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet. Quarterbacks can still get hit, but they're going to put the sensors in to test where the quarterbacks are getting hit. Because if a sensor goes off that you hit them in the wrong spot, you know, that dictates the penalty.
And everyone in the United Rugby League is like, what the fuck is wrong with you Yanks?
Yes.
They don't
Literally Yanks.
They don't wear helmets. They don't wear mouth guards.
Some of them do now.
Some of them do. It's not
have mouth
required.
Exactly.
But the difference is those motherfuckers are not vicious enough trying to hurt people.
Have you not watched rugby?
You have not watched
You have
rugby.
never watched Springbok play the New Zealand Blacks.
No, I haven't, but
it's like,
from what I understand, it's not 6 foot.
You need to watch that.
6 foot 55.
Yes, it is
Big.
Yes, it is. Have you never seen the big ass New Zealand motherfucker who's
oh my god, dude, they have
6'3", 250,
calves the size of your
he's
head,
running downfield towards you.
It's if the mayor said for rugby players for this one game, I'm going to pardon any murders, there'd be barely a person alive on the field. For real.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Springbok versus the New Zealand Blacks.
It's like throwing 2 tomcats in a croaker sack and tying it off.
I mean, there's not actual fighting.
Oh yeah, people clothesline other people if they can get if the ref's not looking, you will get clotheslined.
Okay, if you mix hockey and football with no pads, you have rugby.
No, you know what it is? It's NFL blitz with no pads.
Yep.
And rugby rules.
Yeah. Except there's no passing.
No, you kick the ball.
You kick the
to
ball
get it
to
downfield.
basically
You
pass
can
it.
run for a certain amount of time, and then you can get there to a certain point.
It's like Spear the Queer, but at a professional level.
Yeah.
You can pass it backwards to a teammate.
Yes. Oh, you can do whatever.
But you know what's funny though? We basically.
But how do you forward pass? I know you can forward pass.
You kick it.
No, you kick it.
You kick it.
Okay, so it's only kick forward.
Kick forward, yeah, and then you make it through the goalpost to score.
But
Okay.
when we were this is the funny part though is like it's almost one of those ignorance is bliss because when we were teenagers we played tackle football with no pads.
We
Yeah.
played basically rugby with football rules.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And how severely did anybody get hurt on the field?
That
What-
one kid had to have shoulder
Yeah.
surgery.
I broke a kid's leg one time playing in Valrico.
That shit happens.
On accident.
His leg
Fast Eddie?
shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who wasn't fast at all.
I'm actually still friends with him on Facebook.
Jermaine
Tomlinson, Eddie
tore his.
Tomlinson.
I think Jermaine tore his ACL or MCL.
In fact, I hurt people
But-
worse when we had pads on because when we played Antioch, they didn't have a team. We had to play the Brandon Raiders, and they had to airlift one of their quarterbacks off
They
the
did.
field because me and another guy hit him
Crunched the shit
so
out of him.
hard. His leg was pointing the wrong direction, and he had a concussion.
When Eddie was trying to tackle me while I was running, and I trucked him, and somebody was already like falling down, so they fell on his leg weird, because he was also hanging on to me.
That's the kind of shit that happens.
So it was an accident, obviously.
Yeah.
I just trucked him and ran him over, and of course the other guy's already falling because he was trying to tackle
I mean, to
me.
give him props for him trying to tackle you.
Oh yeah, he went straight up too.
Yeah.
And I was, more athletic.
Did y'all see that video of the Russian kids taking apart and putting together the AK-47 on the webpage?
How old were these kids?
No.
They're like
not yet.
teenagers. Yeah, it was a 1:34 video, and 4 kids had.
Wow.
Well, first kid disassembled it, second kid reassembled it, and then
Forrest Gump stuff. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that when we come back for break. Here we go. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to 3 Guys in the 12 Pack. So those guys took apart the AK-47 and put it back together just like, wow.
oh, it was, like I said, it was a 1:34 video, and a girl takes it apart, and the guy comes up, puts it together. Another guy, I think, guy or girl comes up behind them, takes it apart. Next person puts it together. That's 4 people in a 1:34 take this AK-47 apart and put it back together.
And they're all under the age of.
Oh, they're like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, but I mean, how
Still.
how many times did they practice this before? You know what I mean?
What were you practicing when you were 18 years old? Magic and Final Fantasy.
And other means of.
Jerking my gherkin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing, and this is what their teenagers.
I mean, you
are
have to
doing.
put in how many hours to be a master at something?
10,000 hours.
I'm probably definitely a masturbator.
That's,
You baited that many hooks.
Yeah.
but yeah, if you're a master at the AK-47 at the age of 17 years old, I mean, what kind of shit is that? What are
That-
our kids doing at 17?
Exactly. So
I
Call
just
of
beat
Duty.
this video game.
I could go to war. I play Call of Duty.
I'm Prestige Master
It's-
Class 27.
it's a simulator. Yeah, you know.
How many times have you died? Oh, well, then that doesn't mean shit in war.
Speaking of genitals, did you hear about the woman in Japan that was having cervix surgery? Apparently, it was robotic, so there was no one attending it, and she flatulated. She passed gas, and it ignited the surgical curtain and burned her upper torso and her legs. She was screaming before. Mind you, she's under anesthetic.
Yeah, damn.
She
Shit
was
happens.
under surgery, so there were other people there, obviously.
No, it was unattended. It was robotic surgery. We're just Japan. It's probably tentacles doing it. I mean, they were burning something
Oh, wait,
off
you
her
serious?
cervix.
Let me
so.
laugh even harder.
I just saw anime in my head.
That's what I was going for. Yes.
I'm just making sure you understand that's what I saw.
Achievement unlocked. Cling. Wait, why am I excited about being in Dean's head? Oh my God, where's the door? Get me out of here.
Oh, shit.
There is a funky smell in here, and the floor is
I
sticky.
had a good old classic rock song that I was about to start singing, but I'm gonna let that one go.
Oh. So there was a woman in South Africa that she got married to a guy, and in the village, his nickname was Anaconda. So after their nuptials, they're in their wedding bed, and he whips out his junk, and it's so big it scares her, and she hits him in the head with a bottle and knocks him out. runs away.
Wow.
Oh.
He whipped that out and was hoping she was gonna say, something to the tune of,
And instead he wound up saying, "Where the white women at?"
yeah, she was probably thinking something more along the lines.
been drinking that much lately. Oh, he sounds like a good candidate for like blacks on blondes.
I think you've watched too much porn.
There's a such thing as too much,
Yeah,
sir.
it's an addiction.
Did you see this thing about the spirit cooking that came out in the Podesta emails? Please tell me you saw this. I think I posted it on the Facebook page. I posted this on there's video of it.
I think I deleted those emails.
So there's this chick named Marin Abranovich, or I can't pronounce her name. If you go to our Facebook page, there's video of it. It says spirit cooking. So do you know who Aleister Crowley was?
No.
Mr. Crowley.
Necronomicon, Thula. He did a lot of sci-fi horror shit. Led Zeppelin bought his house.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So
he's an older 1900, early 1900s.
Early 1900s, yeah. So, yeah, I think it might have even been pre-World War II.
Yeah.
Possibly. I'd have to look. I actually have notes on
It's
it.
old.
But anyway, so they had this ritual using pig's blood, supposedly, semen, and breast milk. And they have these, like, mummy effigies of children in the corners of the room.
Breast milk.
I don't practice Santeria.
I ain't got no crystal ball.
Just saying.
Yeah, but that's basically what it is. It's a satanic ritual.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, the Clintons were involved in these. And there's supposedly effigies of children in each of the 4 cardinal directions of the room. And they throw the pig's blood mixed with all that other nasty shit onto them. And there's rituals, they had to do chant certain stuff, and it's ridiculous. It's worse than the Bohemian Grove. Nixon said was the faggiest bunch of faggots he'd ever been around. But
And I am not a liar.
crook. I am not a crook. But it's ridiculous. I guess people can do whatever they want on their own time, but do you really want somebody who participates in satanic rituals to be the leader of the country?
You know how hard that's going to be to get people to believe that, right?
But I mean, there's hard facts. It's right there.
Yeah, but I mean, we
There's
all
hard
know
facts about the emails, too.
There's hard facts about all kinds
of
of stuff, but people just don't believe it until you shove it in their face.
it's-
So unless you're planning on,
It's called
that's what you track.
intentional ignorance. It's just so.
Oh yeah,
You're
you're absolutely right too.
But at this point, it'd be like.
It's more like intentional skepticism, is what I should say.
Well, you've got
Because
so much.
everybody says they've got documented facts that do this, and this, and this. And this.
You've got so much invested in whatever this idea is. Like
Mm-hmm.
your whole life invested in this idea of the Democratic Party or whatever ideal is. Let's say Christianity and aliens show up on Earth tomorrow. And they're honest to God aliens with better technology.
irony, honest to God.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
was
But
good.
the whole point is that if aliens showed up, then the Bible lied.
Yes.
So, how many people though are gonna, just go, "Oh, holy shit, aliens showed up, so the Bible lied"? It's not like you found out Santa Claus isn't real, and it's your parents that buy you the presents.
The
That's
percentage of the people that read the Bible and believe in the Bible is not going to change.
No, it's not, because
Nope.
you've got all this invested in this ideal. You
Yep.
can't just go, "Well, I've spent my whole life believing in this, and it's been proven bullshit."
No, it
They
will
may
change.
lose a
It will
member
be-
here or there,
No,
but that's
no.
it.
It'll change into the newer testament.
Religion will evolve.
Wait, I thought that was called Mormons. Oh.
I think you're right about that as far as religion goes. Religion's not going to lose a whole lot.
Because the way
Well,
I see Christianity is this. Okay, you had the Old Testament, and you had to repent for everything. Every single thing. If you don't say you're sorry, you're going to hell. You got to say you're sorry for everything, okay? or you just didn't have to do it. Don't do it. You're gonna go to hell. Or you got to sacrifice this, and you gotta give this up.
No,
okay?
the sacrifice this and give this up was people in power trying to mind fuck other people.
So then, well, yeah, that's how it was before. But then people started being like, well, you know what? Fuck all this.
Steal, you lose a hand.
This is hard. So then they
There's
were
a
like,
reason for
okay,
that.
this is how we'll do it. We'll say this dude died for everything that you do bad. So now all you have to do is say you're sorry. Say you're sorry. You'll be okay. Oh, I touched a boy. Just say you're sorry. You'll go to heaven. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you understand
And now
why,
you can
right?
go. Yeah, because now it's easier. And now you get the masses to buy into it.
Yeah, well, that's the
because
thing.
they weren't buying into the other shit before. So now we got to bring up something new.
Because you had to be harsh at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what people expected. Life was harsh. In the beginning, there was one God who was the God that blessed everybody and the God that fucked everybody's shit up.
Smoked everyone.
And that's the thing.
Pissed off. Y'all bitches are stupid.
But see,
it's
that's
hard.
every religion
hair,
has the one
flood
God
hair.
that started everything.
Wait, no, but listen.
No,
the original. Wait, the original religions. It was monothesis. It was one deity, and he was the guy who either helped you or fucked you. Well, the human psyche, it's hard for the human psyche to handle the fact that there's one person who, at a whim, decides whether or not shit goes right or wrong for you. So that's how we got the devil, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
So you had two deities. You had I don't remember the word right now, but you had two deities. You had the good guy and the bad guy, because that was easier for people to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I describe to you a man with a white beard who saw everything that you did, and he kept the ledger of what you did right and what you did wrong, and either punished you or rewarded you accordingly, who am I describing?
Santa Claus.
Anybody else? Sounds like God, too, doesn't it?
Well, I mean,
I reckon, yeah. But, yeah,
How does that not sound like God?
I guess.
So Santa Claus is
I've
just
never
a-
seen God, but I've seen
Well, but
pictures of Santa
God
Claus.
is always depicted as a dude with a white beard but the thing is that Santa Claus is a precursor to lead your kids into God. You know, because you Santa Claus, God.
I thought Santa Claus was a precursor now to lead your kids into socialism.
I mean, it's kind of.
Why does somebody come and take 33% of your toys after you get them?
They don't realize it, but it will happen. Yeah.
Santa doesn't distribute toys equally. I guarantee you there ain't no kids in like the slums of South Africa getting a fucking Nerf gun for Christmas this year.
Okay, but realistically,
suck.
did you get a Nerf gun for Christmas from Santa Claus?
No, but I got the
It's a
Castle
symbol.
Grayskull Castle at the time.
Oh
from
yeah, that thing
He-Man.
was badass.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I remember
But
that.
that was
Remember
not.
that.
But that was not Santa Claus.
Remember the
No,
the
Santa
bone?
Claus isn't real, Dean. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
I
to
know.
break that.
Remember
to
the
you.
bone thing or
Yeah,
whatever?
which you would clip your action
and you
figures
could
to.
hook them to it. Yeah, make it walk.
It was
or
like a
whatever.
dinosaur skeleton.
Yeah.
But we're still talking about just a symbol.
Yeah, but you know it's psychological. It's a psychological lead-in to make
Just
it
like
easier
what the
for you.
Aztecs or whatever used to worship the sun. And,
Yeah.
and all that.
They worship things
Yeah,
they
but
could
so
see.
did the Greeks.
Yeah,
So, but that's where you get to.
but the
people
Greeks
start-
had more than one god too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So did the Aztecs, though.
Yeah, yeah.
So, because you didn't have science back then. Bill Nye wasn't running around.
They had science. They had mathematics. Apparently,
Mathematics
that
is
didn't
not
add up
science.
right. But
Oh wait, because it didn't work with Common Core. Or
I guess
who wants to chisel out that many circles in a fucking stone to figure something out?
I bet you the guy that was like, we should go with Common Core math.
And they sacrificed him.
Yeah, and then that's where they figured out that game where they chopped off the head and they had to kick it through the hole on the side of the wall.
Damn.
That's where that came about.
I think that would be fun to play just with a ball, not a person's head. But
And
that
so
would
that's
be,
why
that
it took
would be
till this
fun.
year to get Common Core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's a couple of counties in Florida that have made it to where they don't have to follow Common Core.
That's good.
They can just do regular.
Math.
So
I mean, Common Core is really just common sense, is what they mean it by.
No,
So you either
it's
have...
not.
No, Common Core was made to...
As far as numbers go...
Common Core was...
Common Core is like going around the asshole to get to the elbow.
My brain looks at it that way, though. Common Core was natural for me. Because of the way that my brain does numbers.
Because your head's up your ass.
No, because I use whole numbers. Common Core is just whole numbers to me.
No, it's not, though. It's made to...
Break it down to your whole numbers and use what's left.
The guy who developed Common Core, one of the guys on the committee that developed Common Core, said that they made Common Core the way they made it because minority kids didn't get the help at home, so they couldn't keep up with the more privileged kids. So they made it more convoluted to bring the smarter kids down to the dumber kids' level. Maybe that's why you understand it, Dean. I don't know.
Oh, damn.
That's pretty low. You got
Oh, sorry, man. I couldn't
It's okay.
myself. That was a good setup and everything.
It was.
Speaking of getting yourself, the other day, my wife's hands get freezing cold, like ice cubes.
That's just women in general. Their extremities.
So she came out of the bathroom the other day, and she didn't have a top on. And she was joking, and she went to put her hands over her breasts to cover them.
So then she looked like Friends?
But instead, her hands were freezing cold, so as soon as they touched her, she's like, oh my God, my hands are freezing.
Got high beams instantly.
We were talking about this earlier at the TV show Friends. They were always like, boom!
Oh, yeah,
they had to have
seriously.
that set like cold as shit.
Which is crazy because the lights make it super hot.
That's why they have those sets cold as fuck.
Like a doctor's office.
And they're always layering clothes, which, that's how they shape them.
Either that or they had like a fluffer guy to run around with ice cubes and be like, you're going on in 5, 4, 3,
out of the side.
2, go.
Hey, it would get people to watch the show.
People did watch the show.
Yeah.
People are still watching the show.
Because they were...
We went to...
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Nipple.
Cut glass with those things. We went to a Thai restaurant last night, and at the table next to us there was a guy and this kid who was like maybe 14 years old, and the waitress came and they took their order, and when the waitress left, the guy tells his son, he goes, hey, you know how they name Asian kids? And the son's like, no, and he goes, so
they drop the silverware.
They dump a drawer of silverware on the floor to name them.
Ting tang tong.
Yeah, so we were there for about 45 minutes. We were finishing up our meal and everything. They had given us our check, and one of the girls in the back dropped 5 or 6 pieces of cutlery. And the kid looks at his dad and he goes, oh, did somebody have a baby?
That's pretty racist.
That's racist.
Thank you, Bradshaw.
I just figured
Was
out
it?
that.
Oh, was it? They did that. Carl's Jr. did a commercial for tacos. And they said, I don't like tacos, said no Juan ever. And people went apeshit about it. And they were saying it was racist. And my Korean friend goes, no, I don't think that's racist. He goes, if I opened up like a blacksmith shop and named it, his last name is Wong, and he said named it Wong's Blacksmith, putting the chink back in armor, that might be a little bit racist.
Yeah.
That is funny, though. Is he Chinese, though?
He's Korean.
Yeah. He stated that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't
Keep up with the conversation, Robin.
My bad, bro.
Yes.
It was
bad.
important at the
Yes.
time. Chill out.
Yeah.
At least you
Paying
acknowledge you have
attention
a
to
problem.
the show
Yeah.
was not important at the time.
What he said, the exact description. I just didn't intake the description.
You want me to go out to the shed and get you a shovel real quick?
I'm not digging a
It'd
bucket
be,
hole.
for him, it'd be a faster way to dig that.
Yeah.
Dig up, stupid. Dig up.
All right, I'm listening.
So, there was a solar flare that actually shrunk the Earth's magnetic shield that we have that protects
Shield
us.
or field?
Shield. We have.
Okay.
It's the magnetic field is what affects things here on the planet, but extraplanetary, just outside.
This is what I never understood. And I don't know if I told you guys this or spoke about it before, or maybe it was just a conversation that I had with myself. Whatever. Say what you want. but I think I was probably at home, and I was flipping through channels, and they had Terminator 3 on. And I was like, okay, these people have all this fucking technology, and you could make a EMP, yeah,
electromagnetic pulse.
out of a fucking microwave, basically.
Uh-huh.
How the fuck could you not beat all these robots?
Shielding.
They had shielding against it? I guess. That I mean, that's the
We
first
have
thing that popped in my head.
planes now that have shielding to protect them. The AWACS. If an EMP went off, the AWACS would still work. The one with the big dish on the back of it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's right now the only thing we can shield it with is like gold.
Yeah,
It's
but
really
if you
expensive.
send a rocket at it, it's still not going to shield it from that.
No, if the rocket hits, it'll blow up. But if you explode an EMP, electromagnetic pulse,
Then the
near
rocket
it,
can't go up.
Yeah, because the guidance system is all anything that has a circuit board in it, or electronic fuel injection, or anything like that, is like F-18s and F-16s. You can't steer those things with the stick without computer guided shit because the corrections are so quick and so minute. You can't do it.
Hence all the doomsday movies where there's cars jammed up on every road because
They're never going to start again.
Yeah.
once the EMP goes off, it's...
And the Russians, their MiGs, they don't use solid state technology. So if the EMP goes off, the Russians' birds will still be in the sky. Ours won't.
In Russia, you don't fly plane. Plane fly you.
No,
well,
actually, I think that's more like in
I was
America.
gonna say that. That's probably backwards now.
But yeah, it shrunk our field from 11 times the size of Earth to 4 times the size of Earth. It
That's
recuperated.
a huge difference.
If a big enough solar flare were to... It was a plasma cloud. It was basically the sun farted and it took it 40 hours to waft this way.
Oh.
And then when it hit us...
So the sun crop dusted.
Yeah.
Because it is circling. Circling, not circulating.
Could you be more specific?
rotating, whatever.
Well, and I've pointed this out before. Earth's like 85% water, right?
Something like
Thought it
that,
was like 60 or
75,
Yeah,
80.
it's pretty good amount of water. Yeah,
Yeah.
you like to shit in water too, don't you?
Most of the time.
Maybe everything else in the universe does as well.
So we're just the plumbing on the way out.
I mean, there was one time it was me, Dean, and our friend Timmy at Dad's house playing pool.
Timmy!
And they locked us out of the house. They were like, oh yeah,
shit.
y'all could stay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they locked us out of the house. So I was like, well, fuck. Now I gotta take a shit. I can't get in. So I went behind the shed
Where
at
is this
Dad's
at?
house.
I don't.
You know where the Florida orchid tree is at?
Yeah.
Okay, he had a shed
Behind
like
the sheds.
right around next to it, up
Okay.
against the neighbor's fence.
Spelled almost the same.
So I went behind there and I dropped a deuce. Luckily, he had paper towel. So
Did you at least
I had
dig a
something to wipe
hole?
with. Fuck no! You locked me out the house.
Oh man, you just that's
Well, he let Snarf out. He thought and I called him, the next day, and I'm talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, Snarf took this fat shit behind the shed." Da 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 da. And I'm like, "No, that was me because you locked me out of the house." Oh, was it? Oh, that's funny. I thought it was a dog. That was big shit. What you do with it? I got the shovel. I threw it over the fence.
good call. Wow. What's like the time he went hunting with Uncle Kachi and
He went hunting.
Yeah, Dad went hunting when he was a teenager.
Wow.
And he had to take a deuce, so he finds this tree in the woods and he's deucing under it. Well, there was some guy up in the tree with the tree stand.
Oh shit.
So like Dad ruined his whole hunting day, because nothing's gonna come around. So he just took a crowd.
Oh, he didn't know. I mean, he didn't know the guy was up there. Come on.
He didn't look up before he started taking a shit.
Well, who looks up before they take a shit?
Yeah.
This is true.
You're looking around like, damn, we don't see me. All right, that's a good spot.
Oh, who was it? I can't remember the comedian now.
It was them.
He was talking about he had gone golfing for the first time and he shanked the shit out of his ball into like the
Sounds
woodsy
painful.
area or whatever. Cunnington or something like that. Can't remember his name. But
don't know.
anyways, so I try to give credit. But anyways, he hits his ball out into the woods, and he looks at his buddy, and he's like, "Was that a good hit?" And he's like, "Yeah, if you got to take a shit." And he's like, "Well, cool, because I do." And he's like, "I played the next 17 holes with one sock."
Was it better shit in the woods? That's funny.
Eddie Murphy told that joke. I think it was his second HBO special. It wasn't Raw. I think it was Delirious. I can't remember which one was first. I think Raw was first and Delirious was second. And some parents ended up bringing their kid. And like this 10-year-old kid. And he was like, "Wait a minute, you brought your 10-year-old kid to my show?" And they were like, we couldn't find a babysitter. We wanted to come. So he's like, "All right." He's like, "Here, I'll tell you a joke that you can tell at school. And if they send you to the principal's office, then
It's your parents' fault.
it's your parents' fault. But you could tell them to call me. I got your back." So he's like, "There's a bear and a rabbit. And the bear's taking a shit in the woods. And he looks at the rabbit. And he goes, 'Hey, you got a problem with shit sticking to your fur?' The rabbit goes, 'Nah.' The bear picks up the rabbit, wipes his ass with it."
Yeah, you could tell that one at school. Eddie Murphy. There was a guy I know who was an Air Force pilot, and he was on just a regular flight, and there was a lady across the aisle from him, and she had like a fairly young kid, still a really baby, and so the kid was good through the whole flight, but when they got ready to do their landing procedures and they started coming down, the kid started wailing and screaming, so the lady started breastfeeding the baby. So this guy's an Air Force officer, so he's polite and he doesn't stare at her. But as they're getting off the plane, he goes, "It's they always get hungry at the worst time, And she's like, "Yeah, no, my doctor told me that if I let the baby do that on the way down, it would help with the depressurizing the airs." And the pilot goes, "Oh, wow, man, I've been doing it wrong all these years. I've been chewing gum." Shit. So, I'm going to tell you what, Tuesday's going to be crazy.
What's going on Tuesday?
The election.
The election.
What?
I mean, it's been going on, but
it's been going on.
It's going to culminate on Tuesday. So,
I have my card in my wallet. I'm going to go down, and I'm going to vote. Because there's more things on the ballot than just president.
yeah.
I mean, you can do it.
So you're
everything
going to
online.
vote marijuana to be legal?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it online.
I'm not registered because
There's so much that marijuana can do for a lot of diseases, and it really is the pharmaceutical companies, and
Yep.
it is. Hey, thanks Reagan.
Right
His
there.
war on drugs, but yet he's the one that allowed the pharmaceutical companies to start advertising on television.
Well, big pharma is.
yeah. That's why they don't.
That's when the
Stranglehold.
bill was passed.
Somebody.
So
say
that's
bill.
why they started DARE.
Yeah.
They had to.
You know what DARE stands for? Drugs are really expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Probably where it started.
So's your
Inflation.
mom.
You talk to those old hippies, they're like, "I remember when a dime was a dime."
So are you voting in the primary? Like the presidential
The primary has happened already. That's how you decide who's going to be the candidate running for your
Oh,
party.
well, that's not what I meant. For the elect,
Which
are
is
you voting?
which is kind of
It'd be
crappy
the
too.
presidential
because
election.
If you're registered as an independent, then that's all you can vote for in the primary. You can't vote whether you want this Republican or this Democrat.
Yeah.
No.
You don't get a vote.
You basically don't get a vote right now.
But that's because that's like Florida's.
No,
That's
it's not.
That's nationwide.
that's
Oh, is that nationwide?
It's not on your side.
You have to be party affiliated. I thought that was by state.
Nope, party
Nope.
affiliated nationwide in the primary. So if you want to vote for a Republican, got to be a Republican. Democrat, got to be a Democrat. Independent,
Okay.
can only vote for independents.
That's
sir.
pretty shitty.
Which is
Yeah.
probably a lot of people that are, let's say, you're Republican, but you're registered as Democrat. So you can vote for, I
Bernie
want
Sanders?
Yeah, you could try to vote for the other Democrat that you think won't go well against your Republican.
So how about you just don't vote at all, and then one of those Democrats doesn't get a vote?
They'll rig it.
But they already do. That's why I don't vote.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's already decided, which it's not.
When you've got the president encouraging illegal aliens to go vote, telling them they won't get in trouble for it, and it's on video, so it's not a conspiracy,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, it was like when he was at
your mom's house.
was it? Nah, I don't think that was recorded. But he was at like a UN meeting or some kind of nations meeting or something, and he was talking about there needs to be a world power, like basically like the UN needs to take over.
Maybe
the world.
a new world order.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Bush Senior talked about the new world order.
So
when he
did
was president.
Obama.
Yep.
Yep.
It's all part of it.
Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Razor Ramon are gonna take over things.
They might run a little better.
I thought the NWO thing, the New World Order, was literally the highest powered people like in banking.
Illuminati.
Yeah, yeah.
They're the
Illuminati.
Rothschilds, yeah.
For the most part.
George Soros. Everybody that Putin has said if they set foot on Russian soil, will have them arrested immediately.
Yeah, for the Confederate fucking bank or whatever that bank is, the Federal.
Where's it at? Here
Federal Reserve.
Oh. This is a wonderful book called The Creature from Jekyll Island. A second look at the Federal Reserve by Edward Griffin. Brings you up to speed on the world banking system up until probably about 1990.
Can I read that?
Yeah.
Brings you up to speed on how you are getting screwed in the hole.
Please don't lose it. It was not cheap.
No, I'm actually interested in this.
No,
like
you
that,
will. Yeah, you'll gobble
Yeah, Dean
that
reads
up.
books.
You
Yeah,
won't be
I
able to
do
put
read.
that down once you start reading it.
I can't put any book down.
You-
if I get into
you're
I
it.
don't
gonna
read
come-
books. I just ask you questions.
Yeah.
But I do read books.
I was
like
what
books.
people had before the internet.
Yeah, basically.
Because you read books.
Yeah.
And I'm the little brother. You're the older brother. So
He doesn't have time, but he spent his time otherwise so that you can get your message out.
Yeah, and I watch too much porn.
hey, I can edit, watch porn at the same time. I can have
No,
two screens
This
up at
is
once.
this starts out with the history of money
One
from
tab,
the
two
beginning,
tab.
and
Okay.
goes through the history of money and to all the way to how the banking system's been taken over by one family.
Edward
Right.
Griffin is no longer alive. I'm sure.
I don't believe so. No,
So what is Fort Knox guarding?
an idea.
Yep.
I doubt that there's any gold in Fort Knox.
Even
at
if there
all.
is, it doesn't. It's not yours.
But that's where
But that's what the notes represent.
the tank
No.
battalion.
That's
That's where they send all the people to like learn how to run tanks and stuff. They go to Fort Knox. That's like the army tank training spot.
well, you know the
but they have them all there to be guards.
the third building that collapsed during the World Trade fiasco.
Mhm.
Well, underneath it was stored a whole bunch of gold, platinum, silver, precious metals like that. Those all disappeared the same day that all those buildings collapsed.
Little John got his teeth done. Yeah.
Check out my grill, bitches.
What? Little John.
Okay.
There's rumors that you took part in the World Trade bombing. What? There's rumors that you took part in the World Trade bombing. What? They're saying that you took all the platinum and gold and had your teeth done. Okay.
yeah. Did you see the one where he called himself on the Dave Chappelle show?
Yeah.
And one of them is like, listen, Little John, we're having a little existential problem here, and we need to discuss these things. What?
Little John goes to the doctor. Do you do any drugs? What? Do you partake in any extracurricular activities? What? Do you smoke marijuana? Yeah. Yeah. Would you like some now? Okay.
Why didn't you tell me you were into this shit? We could have been hanging out a long time ago.
I'm having
It's
problems
hilarious.
with my back. Well, I can write you a prescription for that. Okay.
Oh, Dave Chappelle's coming back. It's going to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
He ran out of
Yeah,
money.
he is.
Yeah, apparently so. Saturday Night Live has sucked for a long time.
Well, there's a lot more money in
A
television
long
now than there
time.
was when he
For like 20
retired,
years.
though.
It's because it became comedians writing comedy for other comedians.
I mean, that's what it was before.
Eh.
It was, but they were. It was up and coming. It was.
But the 80s
Ah,
Saturday Night
see,
Live
see.
is what he's talking about,
They-
where they all ad-libbed.
They gave a shit about it. You know?
Well, it was funny.
Yeah.
It was
It
now
was
it's
Martin Short writing for Steve Barton and for Dan Aykroyd and for everybody
Two
else.
wild and
Chevy
crazy
Chase,
swinging American
Bill Murray.
dudes.
Bill Murray and Chevy Chase never got along.
Nope.
Nope.
I can see that too.
And
Yeah.
Chevy Chase seems like he would be like a real asshole.
you know what? They've had, like, I saw a thing with him on, like, an airplane and stuff, and somebody took a video of it or whatever, and he was pretty cool and chill, and he was, like, talking to people or whatever, and I wanna meet Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks seems cool as shit.
Yeah,
like,
you're
out
right.
of all the things I've seen, and he might be, like, a dick behind closed doors and beat his wife, but from, like, everything that's viral, it's always seems like it's a cool meeting with Tom Hanks. Like, he was jogging through Central Park, and there was a wedding going on.
Hey, everybody thought Bill Cosby was cool too.
And yeah,
I'd like to see just how crazy Nicolas Cage really is.
He's
Because
related
they
to
say
Francis
he is-
Ford Coppola.
They say he is fucking nuts. Like, this dude has some fucking issues.
some guy passed out at a bar one time, and he came up, or Tom Hanks came in the bar, and the guy had, like, passed out at the table or whatever. So Tom Hanks took his phone and, like, took a ton of fucking pictures, selfies with the guy and shit.
He's gonna wake up
And
the
then
next
put his
morning.
phone on, and then the guy wakes up the next morning, and he looks through his phone, and he sees all these pictures of him passed out, and Tom Hanks sitting next to him and shit, and taking pictures.
That's an asshole move.
So-
Is that guy's like, oh my god, Tom Hanks was there and I was too fucking drunk to remember it. Oh shit.
Oh well, shit happens.
Reason to get drunk.
Yeah, that's what they said in Japan.
I would
Oh,
put that
shit
all over
happens.
social media if I was him.
What's that?
I would put it all over social media.
Oh, totally.
Look, I was passed out and Tom Hanks fucking photobombed me with my own phone.
Keanu Reeves
That's cool.
seems like he'd be just like a regular dude to hang out with.
Yeah.
I've heard so much about
Yeah.
him. He's so frugal. He gives all of his money away and shit.
Well, yeah, and then I think his sister had cancer, and he paid for all of her medical stuff, and he got a bonus on The Matrix and gave it to the special effects crew, $1 million bonus,
Yeah,
because he said without them,
it wouldn't have been possible.
Yeah,
so
but it's true.
Yeah.
it's crazy shit, man.
Yup. Good times.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
No, that's another thing.
And who says money doesn't bring happiness?
It may not buy happiness, but it'll buy a new Camaro, and that's was that not happiness?
You know, I don't think I'd be happy if I had a new Camaro.
I would.
It would. No car would really make me happy.
69 Chevelle would make me happy.
Short term, I mean, yeah, you'd be happy with it, but when something broke 20 years later, you'd be like,
If something broke 20 years later in a 69
Well,
Chevelle,
yeah,
I would
I
be
get
happy
that.
that fucking car lasted
I mean,
20
let's
years.
just say you went 20 months
Well,
with
I
your-
mean, you know, I wouldn't mind, like, say, a 69 Camaro because I know how to work on it, all of it. So if something broke, it wouldn't be a big deal for me. And it wouldn't be my everyday driver, so it would be like, shit, I gotta fix this now.
Yeah, but in 20 years, if you had to machine shop your own parts to fix it,
after 20 years.
If that's what I had to do to make it happen,
I want to
I'm
forge.
just saying the fact that it went
I want to
20
forge
years.
things.
get a yard, and I can show you how to build a forge for cheap.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on that.
My buddy Darren has his own forge and like a blacksmith thing. He actually made some tools.
Just need
I want to
some
make
map gas.
weapons.
Yeah, could
Fuck
totally,
shit up.
totally show you how to do that.
All right, we want to thank everybody for listening to 3 Guys in a 12 Pack. We're back. Yes, I was sick, and I have been healed. Praise bejeebus.
Don't forget to continue the conversation in the comments or hit us up on our Facebook page, 3 Guys in the 12 Pack. You can also find our Twitter links there. And thanks for listening.
As always.
All right, everybody, we're out.